Welcome back, my friends. Today we have the funnest craft, and I'm crafting with my daughter. And we're going to start with poster board. Whatever poster board size or color you have, it's fine. I'm also going to have some stock paper. This is a little bit on the thicker side. You can also use poster board if you want again, or maybe cardboard or foam board. We're going to use a printout of a tablet as well as some black paint and some white glue. And then we're going to use a little baggie. This is the size that we have. So I did print out the tablet silhouette in the size of the baggie. We're going to use some colorful markers as well as some Q-tips and some plastic clear tape. We're going to use a pencil, and of course we're also going to be using scissors. We are going to start by cutting out the silhouette of the tablet. I found this one on Canva, but I'm sure there's some online that you can print, but just make sure that you size them to fit directly over the baggie. Then we're going to also trace it on top of the poster board, and we're just going to cut it. We did cut the inside of the tablet as well. We want that to be nice and open. And then we trace the white part on the thicker paper, and then we are going to start coloring the white poster board. We're just going to do whatever color we want. We just want it to be nice and bright and colorful, and we want to make sure that the entire piece is covered. Now we're going to add some black paint as well as white glue and mix it. The amount will vary. I would say go on the gentle side and don't add too much. My daughter added a little bit too much and it ended up being not as good. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to mix it up and shake it up. Make sure that that baggie is nice and sealed. And then we're going to hot glue the colorful paper on top of the black one and trim off any excess just to make it look nice and even. Then we're going to place the black paint in the baggie over the colorful one and just tape it on the edges. We're going to use tape, of course. Using hot glue will melt the bag, so don't use hot glue. I think tape worked really well. Once we have it in place, we're going to trim off some of the top of the baggie off, and then we are going to tape the tablet right on top. And we're going to use more tape to secure it in place. And now that everything's put together, this is how it works. So once you start writing with the Q-tip, you start seeing the colorful paper underneath, and it's so much fun. Like I said, my daughter added a little bit too much paint, so it didn't work as well, but I love the concept. We saw this on Pinterest, and we thought we can totally make this together. What do you think? Let me know what you think of this one, and I'll have another craft here for you. We're going to start with this piece of foam board. You can also use cardboard if you like. We're going to use scissors. We're also going to use an X-Acto knife. We're going to use scrap pieces of paper. Some are poster board type, some are regular paper, and then colorful yellow and whatever color you want. We're going to use a ribbon, depending on the color scheme you choose. Pick one that matches. And we're also going to use some markers. We're going to use hot glue as well as my ruler. Any ruler you have is fine. We're going to use a pencil. We're going to start by creating what will look like a little phone, and that's exactly what we're making. We're staying in the electronics kind of family here, and we're just going to cut off what will look like little tiny baby phones. And this is exactly what my daughter wanted to do. She created these. She saw it a similar one on Pinterest, and she said, "Mommy, can we make one?" I said, "Sure, let's try it." So she really did a good job making her own, and so we wanted to do a couple. Once we had the phone shaped in the size and shape we wanted, I'm going to hot glue it on the yellow paper to cover the front and the back of the phone, and she decided to go with white. Then we're going to cut off a small thin piece of the same color paper, and we're going to cover the sides of the phone so that everything's covered. Looking back, we really didn't have to do both sides in yellow. One would be fine, as well as the edge. But it's okay, you live and learn. All right, so now we are going to cut a tiny little piece of, it's going to look like a square almost, and this is going to mimic the camera on the phone. I am going to line mine with a black marker, but you don't have to. My daughter actually chose not to. And then we're going to make little dots to really mimic what a camera looks like on the phone. And then we're going to hot glue it to the back of the phone, just where the camera would be. How cute. All right, so now this is why I said we didn't really need to cover that one side, because we're going to cover it with more poster board. So we're just going to hot glue it, and then we're going to trim it off. And this is what we're going to cover with marker. A black marker is fine. You can also use black vinyl. Glossier would be better because this is what's going to look like the screen of our phones. We're just going to use this marker that I had on hand. Then we're going to cut off a piece of string and ribbon. This is just so that we can make the little charging cord. We're going to start with a small little piece and we're going to roll it around a few times. This is going to mimic what will look like the little piece that goes inside the phone. So then we're going to wrap it around the ribbon we chose, and then we are going to cut out a smaller piece and color it gray, almost like the little tiny portion that you can plug in inside your phone. We're going to hot glue it to the white piece, and this is where we can then attach it to the phone. Look how cute. My daughter just literally poked a hole with her nail, but I'm going to use my X-Acto knife carefully, make it a little slit, and then insert the little charger, and that's where it's going to go. How adorable. All right, now we got to make the little outlet portion of the charging cord. So my daughter's going to make her own little kind of square box with poster board paper. And I'm just going to stack a few pieces of the foam board. We're going to make it a little different, but you choose whichever one works best for you. Once we have it shaped into what will look like, maybe like a little square, I guess, like a little box, we're going to wrap it around with some paper and making sure that it looks like a little outlet portion of it. We're going to color more of the gray paper, and we're going to make these are going to be the two little prongs that go inside the outlet, and we're just going to hot glue them on top, and again it's just going to look like a little outlet. And then we're just going to attach this portion to the other end of the charging cord, and again it's going to look like a tiny mini charging cord. I did mine a little different. I rolled it around in more paper and then hot glue it to the end. My daughter wanted to keep hers loose so that she can take it in and out. Again, these are just ideas you can use. You can create your own size. How fun are these? They're so stinking cute. I love making these. My daughter is so creative, and I just thought, let's do it. I love the different size and colors, but what do you think? Which one is your favorite of these two crafts? And I have another video here for you with tons more fun crafting inspiration. Check it out. I'll see you later and have fun crafting. Bye.